I believe that you are already familiar with the various operations in NocoBase. In this chapter, we will introduce a special scenario, the meeting management module, which includes functions such as meeting reservations and notifications. We need to add two data collections. They are the meeting rooms collection for booking and the meeting reservation collection. In the conference rooms collection, in addition to the meeting room name, we need the capacity and equipment fields. The inverse association field for the reservation table, corresponding to a one-to-many relationship. In the bookings collection, we not only need basic common fields, like the meeting start and end times, meeting title, and description, but also a many-to-one association field mapped to the one-to-many field in the rooms collection. We come across a new type, a many-to-many relationship, because multiple users can attend the same meeting, and meanwhile, each user can attend many meetings. So it's a many-to-many relationship. The original data collection is the bookings table, and the target collection is the users collection. The corresponding keys are the ID key in the bookings collection and a foreign key, 1, corresponding to the ID key in the users collection. It's quite straightforward. For easier management, we named the intermediate collection Booking Users. Next, we created a meeting management page in the navigation. On the meeting management page, we add table blocks for the meeting rooms table, the reservation bookings table, and the calendar block. The calendar block uses the bookings collection. Include the meeting's start and end times. We adjust the block layout. Here we display the Today button and enable the Filter button. We also changed the default view from month to day. Now data appears in the calendar view, which is data we added before the course. We enable the meeting room name and location fields and the Edit button. Meanwhile, in the reservation table, we open meeting title, start time, end time, and the Edit button. Then we add a title to both tables. Set the block title, Conference for the Rooms table, Reservation for the Bookings table. Enable the filter and add new buttons. Next, we configure the Add New Button block and the Edit button block. After configuring these button blocks, connect all table blocks and the calendar block. Link the meeting rooms table with the bookings table and their corresponding calendar view. Choose Connect Data Blocks, select Room, and connect to the bookings table. After the connection is done, we can test it. Click Conference Room 1's title to filter the corresponding meeting schedules in the reservation block, and click again to close the filter. Click Conference Room 2, and it filters out the meetings booked in that room. It also shows the current meeting on the calendar view. Here, we use a single-click mouse method, completing the basic configuration of the meeting management interface. Next, we need to detect whether conference rooms are occupied. That is, when booking a meeting, whether the current room is in use during the same time. If it's in use, a prompt appears. So here we must use the workflow in NocoBase. When configuring the workflow, we need to enable the pre-action event commercial plugin in plugin management. Pre-action event workflow executes before data is added, deleted, or modified, allowing a series of operations and can pause or intercept abnormal data at any time. This approach is very similar to our daily code development process. Enter workflow. We create a new workflow named Book Meeting and select the pre-action event type. Click Submit. Enter the workflow. We click Configure, Global Trigger Mode, and select the booking collection before creating and updating data, i.e. when a new meeting is created or meeting time is updated. Click Submit. Next, we create a calculation node whose operation is to convert a blank ID to -1 to avoid data security issues. Here we use formula.js. The expression is if number value minus 1. Trigger variables / parameters values submitted ID. If the submitted ID is empty, trigger variables parameters values submitted is converted to -1 to check if the current ID is a number. Change the ID to -1. Click Submit. Then we create an SQL action node. The operation of this node is Query Available Meeting Room. Click Configure. We paste the previously prepared SQL statement. We can refer to the tutorial documents for the SQL query. We need to obtain the convert node's variable key. Place the current node variable. Booking's ID is not equal to that variable key, excluding the current booking. The SQL statement means before end time, after start time. So the data is the available booking time slot. But if the final result is null, it indicates an unavailable time slot. In our scenario, the reservation table is named Bookings. Under the SQL action node, we can also click Test Run to check whether the SQL statement executes normally. Note that performing a test run actually executes against the data table, so be cautious when using it. Select the date. Click Run to query the normal data result. It shows that the SQL node can successfully perform database queries. Close Test Run. Click Submit. The SQL node is now created. Next, we configure the SQL parsing node. We must enable the JSON Query Node commercial plugin. We can add a JSON Query Node normally. We name it Analyze Room Name and set it to use the JMES Path engine to parse the SQL result. Here we select Node Results Query Available Meeting Rooms. Format is name, meaning the name in the array. Click Submit. The JSON parsing node is created. Then we need to add conditional judgments. If a conference room is available or unavailable, we handle them differently. So we add a condition node. Here we choose yes or no branches. Name Judge Current Room in List. If yes, the current meeting is available. If no, it's unavailable. First, we configure the condition node. In Node Result, select the last of the previous 3 nodes. Node Result, Analyze Room Name, Trigger Variable, Parameters, Values Submitted, Room Name. Click Submit. If the room we want to book is in the current result list, we can use it. If the room is available, the response message plugin. We also have to enable the response message plugin in the plugin market. Response message plugin. Go back to the workflow and add a response message node. We can write trigger variable / parameters values submitted, room name is available. Booking successful, so the reservation is successful. Click Submit. For the available case, our response message is simple. But for unavailable, we first add another calculation node. Because the conference room is unavailable, we need to show which rooms are free, or if none are free, prompt that no rooms are available. Name it Check Result of the Current Meeting Room. If the Analyze Node Result length of meeting rooms is 0, it means the requested conference room is unavailable and no available rooms. The requested meeting room is unavailable and no available meeting rooms. If it's not 0, the requested meeting room is unavailable. What are the available rooms? Available meeting rooms, concatenate node result, analyze room name. Click Submit. After configuring that final check calculation node, we also set a response message which uses the current calculation result. Since we can't use formula expressions in the response message, we needed a calculation node beforehand. Click Submit. When it fails, we can't let the workflow finish, so we add an end process node, ending in failed to add meeting room. Once the workflow is set up, open the workflow. Next, we'll test and debug it. Now we'll see if the workflow functions normally. Go to the meeting management page. In Conference Room 1, we add a new booking data. Enter a new meeting name. Select the entire day's time as coverage and end at the current time. Choose Conference Room 1 and leave attendees blank. Since that day's time covers all hours, it conflicts with an earlier meeting time. Click Submit. A prompt appears indicating the current meeting is unavailable and no available meeting rooms. Next, we book a meeting time that isn't used in Conference Room 2, but conflicts with Room 1. Start at 10 a.m., end at 12 a.m. There's already a conflict in Conference Room 1, but no conflict for Conference Room 2. Click Submit, and a prompt says the requested meeting room is unavailable, but Room 2 is available. We choose Conference Room 2. Click Submit to book the meeting normally. After configuring the meeting management page and related workflows, all functions have passed testing. We can further beautify and optimize the dashboard interface to improve user experience. On the Personal Panel dashboard, adjust the current page layout. After adjusting, we add a block as the calendar block, which corresponds to the bookings collection. This meeting reservation, we enable Today, Turn Pages, select View and Filter, and set the default view to Day, which can also be switched. Then add a form block, select Booking, and enable Room and Users. Move it above the calendar block. We set the default value to the current user, set default as current user. Enable Filter and Reset buttons, and link it to the calendar block. Try filtering in the form block to see which meetings the currently logged-in user has, so it can be displayed in the personal panel. After these configurations, the dashboard's configuration and interface display are more intuitive, and the functions are richer. Meanwhile, we can adjust them according to our business needs and actual situations. We have successfully set up the main functions of the meeting management module. I hope you gradually master NocoBase's core features and experience the fun of modular system building. The meeting room reservation management function is fully realized. Looking forward to our next chapter of learning.